So I must say, cancer is the gift that keeps on giving. I am still in a lot of pain. My left arm, this is my left arm. I actually have quite a bit of mobility back. My right arm, however, it's really tight, really painful. Like, I don't know what it is. I get throbbing pain and stuff like that from it. But yeah, so my right arm's not doing the greatest, but my left is doing okay. I got my pathology report back the day before yesterday, and so I spent 2 days crying because apparently we did my double mastectomy, but they did not get, again, clear margins, which means that there was some cancer left in there. It wasn't clean enough. So at the front and then in the back of where they resected it, what they do is they take the lump of your breast tissue out and then they stain it. Each side is stained a different color, and then they send it to pathology, and pathology cuts it into tiny little slices and cross sections so that they can test every point. So there was some DCIS, which is ductal carcinoma in situ, which is precancerous, and then there was some IDC. They did remove another 2 centimeter tumor. So in total, I had over 10 centimeters in my breast, but it was all broken up, and there was nothing that was over the length of 2 centimeters, which is like a really, like, the over 2 is really kind of shitty. But I did spend the last 2.5 days crying because I'm now scared that I'm now going to have to go through radiation. I thought this meant like, oh my God, we're finally going to be able to reconstruct you. Everything's going to be better. You're cancer free. And apparently now I am not able to say that I'm cancer free, and I have to go back for more. So, or something. Like, I would prefer for them to cut me open and do another surgery. I definitely don't want radiation because I have expanders in. It places me in a higher risk category for failure for the expanders. And just reconstruction in general, it's just really hard on you, hard on your body, and it makes you very tight, and it can make me even more asymmetrical, which is something that for me, symmetry is important. I'm like, if you're going to cut a scar on one side, please cut a scar on the other side that looks identical and even. Because I don't really like looking at things that are severely lopsided. So there's that. But yeah, like, I just, like, my energy level for the last 2 days was really low. Like, it is hard when you hear that or you see that. I found out on Netcare, my surgeon, she's away until the 31st. So I get no information. I have nobody that I can talk to. So that in itself is kind of like, I just want the answers. I want to figure out my next steps. And, yeah, so just, this is the thing about it. It doesn't seem to ever entirely go away. I took my kids to a special, it's like a thing. It's at Wellspring, Alberta, and it's a parent and kids thing. So it's something where they basically explain cancer to your kids, and they give them all these ways that they can talk about it and talk about their feelings. And a lot of times kids are really strong, so they don't really necessarily vocalize everything to the parents, but then they go to school and they vocalize to their teachers, or they, like, it comes out in other ways. So this program that I am taking my kids to, it's an 8-week program. It's basically so that they can get their feelings out, and that I can also talk to other people going through the same thing. And from what I've gathered from being in this group is that there is a lot of people, this does not seem to go away. Like, it goes away for a bit, and then it comes back, and then it goes away and comes back. And, or you're just not entirely done. Like, it's actually mentally severely exhausting is what I've discovered, because initially they're like, yeah, we'll lumpectomy you and see how it is. And then once the lumpectomy came back, all of the info that came back with it was like, now you're gonna need chemo and probably a double mastectomy. And then I was like, okay, but I don't need radiation. And then now it's like, oh, like, now that's back on the table. And people don't realize radiation can give you like 3rd-degree burns, and your skin can fall off, and it's like super painful and uncomfortable. And I'm like, no, just no. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I was going to do an update 2 days ago, but I think I would have cried my entire way through it. So I decided to wait until I was going to be able to hold my composure and keep my shit together. And today was the day. So thanks for listening. Oh, I do have some other really cool news coming up. I'm excited to help and kind of launch something to help other people who have cancer and alopecia. So stay tuned for that.